Hey folks, welcome to the pod. My name's Gabe. I'm here with my friend Joey Arnold. We're going to talk about soccer and other subjects that come with it. Joey, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Gabe, you're so professional, dude. You're like a professional. You do deserve to be on ESPN.
That's right.
Nah, my name's Joey, and I think the most interesting thing about me is I'm Gabe's friend. That's why I'm here. Yeah, I like soccer and I like Gabe, so I'm excited to talk about soccer.
Sweet. Well, with that, again, name's Gabe, soccer guy, friends with Joey, as he mentioned, and we're
We
just here a little fun.
we're former college teammates, so we got that connection.
That's right. So I guess, Joey, let's go ahead and start on the hottest topic in the soccer world, Messi in Miami. Let's hear your thoughts on his first few performances and maybe what's going to come to follow.
Gabe, you're so professional, dude. Let's just talk.
Okay, fine.
No, I just feel, I don't know. I feel nervous because
Are
of
we
how
just going to
professional.
banter? Are we just bantering?
Yeah, I feel like fuck it. Like let's just pretend like it's not even recording.
All right, all right.
That's my opinion.
Let's say Messi
Sure.
in Miami. All right, I don't know if you watched the last game against, who was it? FC Dallas.
I didn't know. Did you?
So I'm watching the game. It's 4-2. I mean, first off, we'll start with the final result. 4-2 final. Or 4-2, like, I don't even know. It was like 75th, 80th minute or something like that. I turn the game off, go to bed, because I'm like, this is over, right? But then I should have realized it's Messi we're dealing with, right? I wake up in the morning, 4-4 final, 5-3 on pins or whatever. I don't know if you saw the first goal. Did you watch any highlights or anything?
I don't know. I might have seen a highlight. I don't know.
Just classic Jordi Alba down the wing, cuts it back, Messi, top of the box, curls it into the near post.
Like that Real Madrid goal, the
Just
Barca
identical. It was actually like nuts. But
crazy.
and then so Houston was supposed to play it. I'm all over the place, but so Houston played in the opposite side of the bracket, so they would have played Miami next round, and conceded two of the worst goals I've ever seen in my life. So as far as Messi in Miami, that's my take. But the dude is just ripping it up. I honestly think a lot of people are talking about how MLS defenses are bad, but in reality, I think people are just not even recognizing how good he is and how he's still like a top 5 player in the world, even at his age.
Dude, yeah, I think it's both. I think Messi's amazing, but I also think MLS defenses kind of suck. But I don't watch enough MLS. But what I do know is every time I go on ESPN FC, is that it? Yeah, or Bleacher Report, there's just videos of insane MLS bangers. Like, what's that all about? Like, why are there such amazing goals in MLS? And everyone says it's the defending. Is that what it is? I'm starting to think it might be.
I think what it is, I mean, me being in the youth game and being around a lot of younger players and maybe coaches on the up and up. I haven't been in a professional environment yet, but I've worked with coaches who have coached at like high levels in England and whatnot. And I think seeing a lot of the sessions revolve around attacking play, whether that be attacking like in wide spaces, stuff like that, finishing, whatever you name it. And not enough people are working on defending. So I don't think it's the lack of defensive quality. I think it's more so that a lot of these younger American players and guys who come into the league with these American coaches and whatnot are just so proficient in the attacking half. Like, I mean, I just think about the Dynamo, for instance, Ben Olsen, your prototypical American player. He played in the MLS forever. I mean, he was at Nottingham Forest for like a cup of coffee there. You know Ben Olsen?
Did he play for DC United?
DC United, yeah.
Wait, he plays in the league that I play in here. I've played against him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, wait, does he not live in DC anymore or something?
No, he's the coach for the Dynamo.
Wait, so he moved to Texas?
He must have, unless he lives in DC and flies there every week.
No, I mean, it was like a big deal when we played him a few months ago. Everyone's like, oh, it's Ben Olsen, it's Ben Olsen. And I was like, who is this guy?
Sick, though.
What'd you say?
I said that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I don't know, random. But what were you saying?
No, but yeah, just like the Dynamo, for instance, are so good because I mean this is all his philosophies and whatnot. They're so good in the attacking half, and they don't score enough goals, but the goals that they do score are like quality ones. but they can't defend at
Dude,
all.
wait, but sorry. So are you saying that the reason there's so many bangers in the MLS is because the attackers are so good?
No, because coaches in America work so heavily on the attacking side. Like
Oh,
going through some of these US soccer licenses, one of the biggest complaint that instructors have had is that not enough coaches focus on the defensive side of the game.
so it's just the defenses suck.
Well, just think about you when you played your younger years. How often did you run a session where you were focused just solely on like defensive shape and like defensive cover and stuff like that?
Yeah, you're right. I think you're just saying it in a more professional way that defenses suck. You're just saying that they don't practice defense.
Yeah, which I guess in theory could lead to sucking, for lack of a better word. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think once we get into actual league play, because I think Messi, going back to Messi, because we got a little bit off subject there, it is Leagues Cup, and there are multiple games within a week, and they've already played half the MLS season. Some of the legs are gone. So I think when he gets into actual league play, and some of these teams have had breaks for a while,
Oh, man. I don't
things
know.
may
It's
change.
messy, dude. It's messy.
It is
I guess
messy.
less play.
He'll probably get his fair share of goals still, but I think there will be a couple games where it's kind of like, all right, maybe.
Yeah, maybe one. Maybe MLS
Maybe he only scores one instead of three.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Honestly, I feel like that's more about him just being like, I don't care anymore. But
He seems to be having fun. I don't know if you saw any of the clips, but he's got a smile on his face for a majority of the game. So
I haven't seen too much, unfortunately.
MLS season pass, baby.
Really?
Every
On
game.
Apple TV?
I don't think I've missed. I don't know why I'm spending time watching Miami games other than Messi and Busquets, but
I mean, why would you? Why would anyone watch?
I haven't missed a game.
Dude, no, that's sick. I mean, that's why he's here, so people will watch.
It's true. It's true.
Do you watch on Apple TV?
Yeah, so I mean, they have all the games there, and yeah, I mean, the coverage is kind of like it's not good, like it's not quality, like off the field. A lot of like the post game and pre-game segments are just a little boring, so you kind of just tune in for the game itself. But
Dude, speaking of Apple TV, though, do you watch Ted Lasso?
heck yeah, dude.
Do you?
Funny enough, here's a little funny story for you. So the final episode, when he goes back to Kansas.
Whoa, I'm sorry. I'm still like 2 episodes in.
Oh my goodness! How are you gonna talk about Ted Lasso? You haven't even finished it yet.
Dude, because I just remembered I just like bought an Apple TV subscription like a week ago because
Forget what I just said then.
season 1 and 2, but I haven't seen 3 yet.
All right, forget what I just said though. I was supposed to be in an episode of Ted Lasso.
What?
Yeah, so the club I was at, Eagles, was invited to be like background / extra characters in one of the episodes. And it was at the time of the World Cup. So I was in Texas at the time, and they were shooting in California, obviously, because that's where they shoot most of the stuff. But U.S. was playing Netherlands, and I was supposed to have flown back the day before to go to the shoot.
Oh, really?
But I decided to stay home and watch the game.
So is your Eagles club in the show?
Yeah, you can see them. I could point them out. I took a little screenshot. One of the kids, you can see his face. He's one of the kids I coached, and then one of the coaches in the background has an Eagles jacket on.
That's pretty cool.
It's supposed to be me.
I had no idea they filmed most of it in California.
Well, not most of it, I guess, but a portion of it. No spoilers, but a portion of it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think I know what you're saying.
Well, I just ruined everything for you, so.
Whatever. Oh well, I'll see it when I get to it. But no, I was just wondering if you were a fan. I felt like maybe you were like a Ted Lasso hater.
No chance, dude. Love Sudeikis. Love the show. I think it hits on so many points. I mean, obviously, it would be nice if there were more soccer clips or games and moments like that in the series, but I think just it hits on so many things with emotions, and it's just overall such a good show.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character?
Ooh, that's tough. I know the easy answer is Ted Lasso.
Yeah, that is. It's like saying your favorite character in The Office is Michael Scott. You know, it's just
That's
too
right.
easy.
I mean, I think there's no shortage of good characters. I mean, Danny Rojas, obviously, with Football is Life, that will be quoted for years and years on. And then Beard is obviously an interesting character.
Beard is my favorite. I love that guy.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
He's just fun. Also, Higgins. Higgins is underrated.
This is good too with his that he does when he's all nervous.
Oh yeah. Wait, what do they call themselves? Like the Diamond Dogs or something like that?
Diamond Dogs when they start howling. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I mean, obviously you got Roy Kent. He's a popular one just because of the person that he is in the show. And
boy.
Oh yeah, look at that. Let's hear a little bit more.
I got some Jamie Tart. Kayla, I love you.
Oh man, Kayla. I think you're in the wrong profession, Joey.
Yeah, I think so. I should have been a musical theater major.
You should have been voice actor.
It's all good. You know, I still got time.
You do.
I'll send this in. Maybe they'll cast me for season 4. There's a season 4, right?
I don't know. Spoilers. I'm not going to ruin anything for you.
I know.
Although I have heard that they're going to do spin-off series.
That makes sense, dude. Like it's
rumor has it. I mean, it's such a popular show. None of these shows recognize when the right time to end is. So they'll try to squeeze it for as much as they can get.
But that's one thing Ted Lasso didn't do. Like I feel like they're ending it, if anything, a little early, you know?
Well, sure. No, I agree.
So maybe that's why they're doing the spin-offs to keep it going, but also like not kill it by keeping it going for too long.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, overall though, like I said, Tuesday or what was it, Sundays or Tuesdays? When did it come on? I don't know.
I thought it was Thursdays.
Who knows? Either way, couldn't miss it.
Yeah, dude. For some reason, I was like so pumped for it to come out, and then it came out, and I just never got around to watching it until like a week or two ago.
Well, looks like you got to clear some space on the schedule, my friend.
What'd you say?
I said, looks like you got to clear some space on the schedule.
I guess so, so that I can cancel that Apple TV subscription ASAP. Get it done next month, so I don't have to pay for 1 month.
Yeah.
But, alrighty, what should we go on to next? What about... Alright, I know you said you don't like Fantasy Premier League, which is fine. But if we wanted to run one, I was thinking we could put our own spin on it.
Mm-hmm.
Weird idea. But I was like, what if every week we did a random number generator, 1 through 20. We each did one. Say 1 week you get like 8, and I get like 3. Mm-hmm. You can't have any players in your team with like the 3rd place team or the 8th place team. You know what I mean? As someone who already doesn't like setting their lineup, that might not be appealing to you.
No, I mean, it could be. I think it would make it a little bit more interesting. You'd have to pay a lot more attention for sure.
Yeah, which I'm not a big fan of.
With the table always moving, I guess you have midweek games. If you set your schedule midweek and then there's a Saturday game, a team that was in 8th could be 9th by the end of the day.
Logistic nightmare.
So I thought you were going to say you can't have anybody with like the number 8. So for instance, let's say you spun 1 through 10, you got 9, you couldn't have Holland up top.
Jeez, who's like... I'm trying to think of a player who's got like a crazy number like Yaya Toure. You would never have an issue with Yaya Toure. Yeah, 42. You're fine there. Interesting
spin-off for sure. I mean, you mentioned Premier League team. Let's talk about your favorite Premier League team. One that none of the players would make it into your fantasy lineup except for one, and he may be headed elsewhere soon.
Yeah, no, I made my fantasy lineup like 2 days ago, and Captain Kane, as always, dude, he's been my captain the past like 4 or 5 years. Like it's my boy. I got him and Holland up top, so.
Well, that's goals galore.
That's what I had last season too. Like, and still didn't win. I struggled, but this is my year for sure. But yeah, dude, Tottenham. Did you see they played Barca last night?
I did. I saw they took a 2-1 lead in there. I saw some of the clips with their build-out phase. I mean, Ange. We've talked about it a little bit off screen, as we do. But I mean, you know that I'm a huge fan of him. I've seen a lot of his Celtic games, and I'm familiar more so now after doing a little bit of research with his early days of coaching and just having so much success at every stop that he had. I think it's only a matter of time. A lot of these people are talking about Tottenham finishing outside of the top 8. I don't know how you feel about that, but I was listening to Ben Foster and Goldbridge talking about how they're going to finish outside the top 8. Which, I mean, if you look at it, you've got obviously City, Arsenal, Liverpool, United, Newcastle, Brighton, Brentford,
Chelsea.
Aston Villa, Chelsea. That already there is what,
8 or 9.
9 teams. So
Yeah. Nah, I think. I mean, actually, a lot depends on if Kane stays or goes.
it's true.
But and also it's impossible to predict. But I think if Kane stays, we'll get like 6th. If he leaves, we'll get like 8th or 9th.
Yeah, I mean it would be tough, but as long as Levy doesn't do the same as he did with the Bale money, 120 million into the pot could definitely open up some doors. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of the rumors. I know you don't like to pay too much attention to them, but Gift Orban, you heard of that guy?
No.
So this, you gotta look up his story. It's crazy,
All right.
but he's one of the rumored replacements, I guess, for Harry Kane. I mean, you can't really replace a guy like that, but you can try to get 2 or 3 guys who can equal the goal tally that he had.
I mean, we just signed a striker yesterday, actually.
The Argentinian kid.
Yeah, like who the hell is that?
Apparently, he's a Football Manager wonder kid. Apparently.
Oh gosh. Speaking of Football Manager Wonder Kids, I used to have Rikario Zivkovic. Do you remember him?
Yes, I saw that he played. Didn't he play in the friendly against Tottenham in the Asian Cup or whatever?
He plays for like a Malaysian team or something. I can't even remember who they are, but someone Tottenham played this summer, and yeah, he was one of the ballers on my Football Manager like 15 team. I won the Champions League with him and Lukaku up top. Oh, I think I had Messi too. He was like 34 years old or something, playing for Tottenham. Kovacic in midfield as well, and then some like what are they called? New gens,
New gens, yeah, the randomized people.
Exactly, but yeah, Zivkovic was a Football Manager wonder kid, and look at him now playing in Asia.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen! I remember on FIFA that dude had like 90 plus potential. He was the guy to sign, but it's crazy. I mean, his career trajectory is definitely not what would have been expected. He did. I don't know if you remember his small stint that he was on Sheffield. He signed for Sheffield United for like a year maybe or less. But I mean, he obviously didn't get on the pitch very much. But
we're like the top players you remember from like FIFA back in the day, like with high potential that never really worked out. Like for me, I remember Lucas Moura. Like obviously he has had a decent career, but like he had crazy potential. Mario Götze had crazy potential. Yep. The one that for me that sticks out a lot is Michi Batshuayi had like crazy potential, and like he's been fine. Like none of them have really turned into anything great.
That was that Belgian trifecta, right? You had Batshuayi, Lukaku, and Benteke.
Yeah, well, and also Tielemans was another one.
I mean, thinking back, I had one career mode in like FIFA 12 or something like that with Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
And I sold Suarez and I signed Benzema, younger Benzema. And then I signed this Ghanaian striker his name was like Richmond Boakye or something like that. Guy was unreal, like 6'2", 6'3", 90 plus pace, 90 finishing, all across the board, just unbelievable. And then there was another guy, it was him and another guy that you had to decide between. Do you remember Gabbiadini?
Oh my gosh, the Italian.
Southampton. I think he was at Southampton for a little bit.
I don't remember, but I remember him. Yeah,
guy was unreal.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, I had him on Ultimate Team on 13, I think. Dude, another crazy one was Luis Muriel. Do you remember him?
Muriel, yeah.
Yeah, he had some crazy potential, and yeah, these guys never really did anything. I think Hazard was one that had crazy potential and like obviously hit it until he went to Madrid. But
is he gonna end up? Dude's a free agent. You think he's gonna retire?
Is that like a rumor?
Well, he's 32. The dude's hurt every other day. He's a free agent. I saw something about Montreal Impact. We're looking at potentially bringing him to the MLS, which, I mean, you talk about star value. He doesn't have the same star value as he would have had 3-4 years ago, but I mean, you bring him to the MLS, he probably is just cashing checks and then doing it Pirlo style and then
That's
getting
all he's
out.
doing in Madrid already. Like he went there and said, "Fuck it, McDonald's," you know?
Yeah,
Like that's all that happened.
I
Um,
couldn't believe that it didn't. I mean, I guess I'm not super shocked that it didn't work out. You move to an environment like that, takes such a toll on you.
nah,
But then
man.
again, he
Like
was with
some players,
Chelsea.
you like he just no, he didn't have it in him. You know, like Bale went to that environment and got like horrible treatment, and not that he like didn't like deserve some of it necessarily, but like he still performed every week. You know what I mean? Like he was
Uh,
golfing, he still said, I'm gonna do this anyway." You know?
which is crazy because I mean, some of the abuse that was getting thrown his way, you would think he wasn't doing anything at all, and then you go back and you look at the stats, and the guy was like
Bro, yeah,
pretty damn good.
big in Champions League finals, Copa
Well,
del Rey finals.
talk about his bicycle kick goal.
Jeez, dude,
Quick,
baller.
quick. Best goal you've ever seen. 5 seconds.
Best goal I've ever seen.
In person. Five, four,
Oh,
three, two.
I don't think I've seen any good goals in person. Have you?
My best goal I've ever seen in person. Lionel Messi, Copa America, Reliance Stadium. I think it was
Yeah,
2014, 2013,
free
over
kick.
Brad Guzan.
No, that was like 2015, I think, or 16 even.
Perfect spot right behind. Like, I mean, I was super far, but right
Doesn't get better than
behind.
that.
It was just picture perfect top
Yeah,
bins.
yeah, that's an amazing goal. I think honestly the best one I ever saw was probably Mexico scoring against the U.S. at the Rose Bowl. This is probably 2014 or 15, like a volley extra time.
Oh, volley extra time.
Yeah, I can't even remember who scored it. Some Mexican guy. I don't know. It was. It was some Mexican player.
Oh, that's crazy.
Um, but yeah, I haven't seen anything too crazy. Um, back to Bale though. How do you rank Salah, Hazard, Bale on their Premier League careers?
I think you
Well,
gotta
not
look.
even their careers. Just who do you think is the best player out of them?
That's a tough one because it's like I look at it as who would I want to start a team with, you know? Like would I want to have Hazard, Salah, or Bale? And I think Hazard, I think out of the question. I mean, you've seen him on different squads. Obviously with Chelsea, the dude was second to none.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at him with the Belgian squad, and he didn't accomplish nearly as much as he should have. Maybe that's because he had Roberto Martinez as his manager. But
Baku up top.
nonetheless, I would say I'd choose Bale over Salah just because Bale's such a physical specimen that I think in any squad he'd have success. I mean, you saw younger Salah with Chelsea; he didn't really do much. He obviously goes to Roma. He does really well at Roma, and then Liverpool get him for a steal. But I think it's Bale could play in any system. I feel like, and then if you throw Salah into a system that's not such a fast-paced, counter-attacking, vertical Liverpool style, I don't think he has as much success because a lot of his goals are getting him behind the back line and just running at the defense and running at whoever's defending him. Whereas Bale, he had success at Tottenham, he had success at Real Madrid, and then he goes and plays for LAFC for a year, and he has, I mean, minimal success there, but he had success nonetheless. And I mean,
Yeah.
I probably take Bale. I think it goes Bale, Salah, Hazard for me.
Gosh, that's so tough. Like, I think it depends on how you put it. Like you said, yeah, if you're starting a team, then I think I might agree with you. But if you're just talking about like talent, I think I would say Bale, Hazard, Salah.
Bale, Hazard, Salah.
I don't think Salah's kind of what you were saying. It's kind of the system. Like Liverpool have had over the years, players overperform there. You know what I mean? Like Klopp gets more out of players than they're probably actually worth, just because the system is so good. Like the fact that they achieved so much with players like Jordan Henderson in the squad and like Matip, you know, like it's more the system than the players. Obviously, they're great players, but I think that Bale and Hazard are just a bit more talented than Salah, even though he is amazing.
Look at Henderson. You talk about overachieving. The guy can't even get a first division Saudi offer
Wait, but he's there, right?
in
Wait,
the
seems.
second division. Steven Gerrard is managing a second division Saudi side.
Oh gosh, that's so funny that they're there together. Just Liverpool center mids in Saudi Arabia.
One of many to follow, I'm sure. Speaking of, how do we feel about the Saudi League? How are we feeling about the overall landscape of the infinite money that they have that they're just throwing at
You're
all sorts
looking
of
at
players?
Al Hilal's #1 fan right here. I love it. I love it. Dude. Biggest fan ever. No, I'm kidding. Dude, I don't really care. Like, I don't really want it to happen, but I'm like, whatever, you know?
Yeah, I think off of the back of Saudi Arabia's, I guess you could say it's an accomplishment at the World Cup and beating Argentina. That kind of led into what is now. I think they probably had such a rise in attention after that game. So then the Saudis decided, let's start throwing some money into it like we did golf.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see how the world of football changes with all those players, because you have to think that at some point when we talk about this super league type thing, if these teams are going to have all this money, then you kind of have to open the door to them coming in, because obviously they can't qualify for Champions League. They have Asian Champions League, but I mean, no one's going to sit around and watch Al Nassr versus Suwon Blue Wings or whatever it is in the South Korean league. I think the biggest question everyone has been asking is, with all these players in the Saudi league, are you going to watch the Saudi league? And my answer is just not a chance.
Definitely not now. Maybe in like 20 years, if that's literally where all the best players are. But
Right.
people are going to watch where the talent is. You know what I mean? Like, you can already see people watching MLS. Like, you probably watch more MLS, but I don't watch any MLS. And like Messi being there, I'm like, I'll watch a bit. I
Right.
still watch the Saudi league, but like, if all the best players start going there, that's what you're gonna watch, you know? Like,
Yeah. I
you
can't.
don't watch the championship because, like, I mean, maybe you do watch a bit of the championship, but like people, the general public don't watch the championship because the best players in the Premier League, you know?
Yeah. No. I mean, it's a fact. I mean, although I will say, if the championship was a little bit easier to watch, I think it might open up a lot of fandom in those leagues. I mean, you see a lot of these American guys. You look at J.J. Watt. Tom Brady just invested in Birmingham City. Like,
Dude Perfect just partnered with Burnley.
so J.J. Watt's with Burnley. Dude Perfect's with Burnley. I just saw this morning, I think Football Manager is doing a partnership with Burnley.
Did I tell you that I know the owner of Burnley?
Oh,
I
do you?
told- What?
Do you really?
He was the best man at my dad's wedding.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I met him like a year or two ago. Yeah, really random, right?
Talk about small world.
Yeah. They literally they grew up like on the same street. Like they've been best friends since childhood.
Why are you not working for Burnley?
I mean, I don't. No disrespect to Burnley, but I don't know if I want to live in Burnley. Just
That's true.
maybe someday, but
They're definitely on the up and up, though. I mean, I could see them pulling I mean, it's a tall task for sure, but I could see them pulling a type of thing like what Fulham did last year, what Sheffield did in their first year back in the Prem, where they're finishing top half of the table.
yeah. I think Burnley, like, they got a nice little squad, and Company's a great manager. Like, I think they're on the up for sure.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know if I'd want to live in Burnley. I don't know if I'd want to live in England. I just like America, personally. I just like being close enough to see my family, you know? I think that's pretty nice.
I hear you, dude. I mean, I definitely differ. I'll move over there in a heartbeat, but from everyone that I've talked to that live there, all I hear about is complaints about how bad it is. Weather-wise, yeah. I mean, a lot of people talk about, obviously, if you're a football fanatic, having that in your backyard and being able to go to the games is phenomenal, but at the same time, you got to think about what else comes with it.
Yeah. No, I would want to live there. I was actually talking to my family about this yesterday. I was like, I would like to live in Europe if I was rich enough to be able to fly back to America pretty often. You know what I mean? Because I want to see my friends and family here, you know?
Private jet, back and forth.
Yeah, you know, maybe if this podcast takes off, I'll get there. But we'll have to see.
I would say we're well on our way.
Heck yeah, we are. Heck yeah, dude. But low key, I think it's time for me to go.
You're good, bud. I know you gotta work. It's 1:07 p.m. on the dot. Thanks everyone for tuning in to our first test episode of the pod.
Yeah, this was just a little trial run. I'm sure it'll get better as we go along, but it was fun, dude. And we'll talk. Maybe we'll do this again Friday.
Yeah,
Maybe
dude, just let me know. We'll try to freshen it up, clean it up, make it nice and good. I won't try to be too professional.
No, it makes me nervous, dude. I just want to pretend like no cameras. We're just talking, buddy to buddy, you know.
I hear you. All right, well, we'll catch up. Yeah, let's do it again. Be fun.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.